Yeah, Mr. Steven Twitch Boss, man.
This was sad, man.
This was yeah, man. It's real.
Yeah,
It's real, man.
tragic, really tragic.
I had a lot of questions. I said a lot of things because I'm just like, I understand. My thing was like, damn, he was in a good spot. He had good money. He had a perfect marriage. So it seemed. He had his. It seemed like he was living the dream. You know what I'm saying? And then I was just like, that came in my head about. I just start asking questions like, you know, what they be talking about the Illuminati once you make so much money and blah blah blah. But if it was depression, if that's what it was, damn, check on your people, ask questions, show love.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is this, man.
For sure.
Did he really have money? You know, the Cuddy, I talked to Misty when she was down there. And she was just like, yeah, man, you know, a lot of people don't understand, like, unless you a megastar out there, you got to hold on to that money. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of overhead living out there. It's expensive as hell. One, you can't just live any fucking where. But you got a lot of overhead. I think he had 3 or 4 kids. He had a wife. He was married. It was a good family. But, you know, that's a lot of overhead in and of itself. I think he was, on 2 shows or something like that. Ellen DeGeneres, and then he was on So You Think You Can Dance or some shit like that. But what I'm trying to say is, man, you know, I mean, we see these motherfuckers on TV and automatically think that, hey, man, they got money. A lot of times they don't got shit. If you watch what was that shit? Entourage, a lot of them cats, man, it's like they do pro bono shit trying to get on. They do a lot of free shit. So ain't no telling if he was being paid. A lot of these companies got lawsuits against him for not paying people.
Yeah, this is like I said, what TMZ had posted. It said it's alluding to past challenges. You know, this wasn't overnight.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The man been dealing with shit for a minute.
Yeah.
Just think about it, especially around this time of the year, around the holidays, especially around New Year's. You know, the suicide rate goes through the roof. People are out there all. You know, they're feeling it. You know, it gets intensified.
So if it's like that, what if he did that? So that his family can reap off the benefits of his life insurance.
That part too. And a lot of people, they every day wake up and like, today's gonna be the day I check out.
There you go, man.
You got to watch your life insurance policies. A lot of that's an exception. Like they will not pay out on suicide, where they give you an X amount of time. So let's say this dude signed up for a life insurance policy last week. They would have an exception that death by suicide doesn't kick in for 12 months.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
And that's if it pays out at all, man. I mean, shit. But you know,
because I know some policies, like if you go bungee jumping and you die, you might as well just say no, because you put yourself at risk. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with that. But then I just want to tap on this before we get too far off. Fantasia said it herself. Fantasia said she was down to nothing and nobody knew, but because everybody see her in the starlight, she said she's had to start over 3 times to get her money back up. You know what I mean? So
I never considered Fantasia rich. Like every time I look at Fantasia, I'm like, oh yeah, she's still buy them quarter bags of potato chips.
I saw that.
Them wise house you get after church.
I saw that interview, Kiki, when she said she had to start over. She was like, I don't need a stylist. I don't need a driver. I cook my own food. I do everything now. Like, you have no choice when you don't have no money.
Yeah,
she mixing vodka with her Huggies.
And it's crazy because we put them out there like, oh, they making money, they bad. We already give them a status, you know what I'm saying? So we can't fathom the thought like, oh, they don't know what we're going through. She ain't broke, he ain't broke, you know what I'm saying? So
and it's a rough business because you got to think of it, man.
Especially for our people.
Yeah, you look at the record industry, man, and a lot of times it's kind of like that. We think, oh, they got this because these dudes think they got money because they get a $3 million advance, but they're paying on that fucking thing for who knows long. They get the albums and they don't make any money off of them. When you start like breaking, look, remember a lot of the women in Hollywood were up in arms about 10 years ago because they weren't getting paid like that. But the sisters was like, well, shit, what the fuck are y'all talking about? We the ones that's really not getting paid. Taraji was starring in these fucking movies, but she wasn't like the Benjamin Buttons and shit like that. She had been crossed over into starring in these movies, and she was only getting like $500,000. That was one of, regardless of what, how much we agree with her about certain things, but that was one of Monique's problems, was that they don't pay these black actresses like that. So, he just a motherfucking dancer and on a talk show. You know what I'm saying? They probably breaking him off fucking scruples, But then again, there's other things.
But him and Ellen was like cool though. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that
we saw.
Right.
They had that thing
it's the appearance. They gotta make those they gotta make those appearances and make it look like they got something.
Right.
Just like Chappelle was cool with that with his partner for the Chappelle show, and saw how that turned out. When he was like, "Man, I'm leaving this shit. I'm going to fucking Africa." It was like, you got somebody walking around you all day telling you fucking crazy. Eventually, you go fucking nuts.
Martin Lawrence and the motherfucking cockroach didn't get along. They if you was it Anthony Payne or something like that?
Yeah.
If you let him have a conversation,
Carl
Payne, cockroach, man. If you talk to cockroach about the shit, man, that cat is like, man, I just, I understand it's his show, but I refuse to have people treat me a certain kind of way. And they were, watch Comedy Hype, and they like, well, y'all made it look so good. He was like, yeah, it ain't like motherfucker had a lot of job offers, so. But then the other aspect of it is, man, I think Mr. Coppola hit it on the head wonderfully, man. We around holidays. The main thing you start thinking about is who the fuck's not here when you at that kitchen table, when you at that dining room table on Thanksgiving, or who you can't write gifts for anymore because they're not there. I got a wife that's going through it. I know people on this panel probably for certain going through it right now. So it's no telling, man. I'm one that thinks that suicide is a bit of a cowardly act, especially when you're leaving kids behind. But at the end of the day, even I'm a little bit, I've even softened up on that stance a little bit, because you don't know what the fuck people are dealing with, man.
Right.
That's why
not even just that. It's more so, it's to add to what you were saying. You said that he had kids and stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, to add to that, you got to think too, it's getting close to the end of the year and Christmas with that overhead and living in LA and everything. Maybe it's not just that, it's probably too like, well, maybe he probably couldn't provide for his kids as far as he wanted to, like he wanted to for Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, people are checking out, especially we somewhat coming out of the damn pandemic, and telling how much that increased a whole lot of people who are already on the edge of suicide, being isolated for damn near 2+ years, and then slowly coming out trying to rebuild. And you already got, as the article says, alluding to past challenges. On top of that, it's just compounded.
Man.
Some people just say enough's enough.
I hate to compare it to my life, but I went from making great money, you know what I mean, to because I had got a DUI and I fucked up my license, and I was a truck driver. You know what I'm saying? Still a truck driver. Just got my license back.
Hey, hold on, goddammit. Keep talking. I got you on that one. Shout out to Miss Kiki. Got the motherfucking license back. This one is worth it. This one is worth it. That sound effect was worth it, so don't get on my ass. Go ahead.
You good.
So basically going through that, like, there is a time when because you're looking like, okay, what do I do for the rest of my life, because I'm losing a trait that I have been doing for over 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So that can be overwhelming to somebody who doesn't have, a mean to start over. You know what I mean? But I would hate to say it, but you know what I'm saying? Just because I was strong enough or I found the path to where I can make more the money that I was making. You know what I'm saying? So if that's something that he went through, goddamn, you can hit some lows. You can hit some lows, and I just think
that's real life.
That's
what's
real
the saying?
Life. Pressure can make pressure could bust pipes or make diamonds.
Yeah.
Man, look, and I hate that I'm gonna use this term because they made a movie about this, except for, you know, it was explosive. This was implosive, man. We fall down, man. Falling down was about that same shit, man.
You gotta get
this
up.
cat lost his kid, you know, the job was fucked up for him. Everybody can't handle everything the right way. And that's why I said, man, you know, I softened up on that notion about it, man. You know, I know a cat whose dad, I grew up with his sister. We went to school together. And the dad committed suicide and it fucked the boy up. You know what I'm saying? Fucked the son up pretty good. You know, he ain't been right since. That's where I do think it's a cowardly act. But at the same time, man, everybody can't bear a certain amount of weight.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You got people looking at you, and for as much as people say they don't care what others think and how other people feel, you do. It may not be the world, but mom could be the world. You know, your kids are watching. That could be the world to you. And nobody wants to look bad in front of their parents, their kids, their wife, you know.
Or anybody, family, period.
Right. That wife. Yeah. I don't listen, man. I don't want to look bad in front of my wife. I don't want to look bad in front of the Cuddy. You know, Kane, none of yous. I don't want to look bad in front of, you know, I had to fight to get my relationship back with the brother. I don't, you know, these things, you know, you don't know what's weighing on somebody, man. And it's sad that it's fucked up that he did this around this time, because now this is what his kids are going to remember.
Yeah, around the holidays.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, so say, man, but rest in peace, brother. I hope he found some kind of peace wherever he at.
Right on.
Indeed.
Hey, man. You know,
indeed.
Everybody, you know, first alludes to, you know, money issues.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And a lot of times it has nothing to do with cash. You know, there are chemical imbalances in people.
There you go.
It's just it comes from our daily diet. You know, you get all that you get antidepressants and shit in your drinking water nowadays. You know, so everything's throwing you off just a tad. You know, so these chemical imbalances, man, if they go unchecked, and it's very easy for that shit to go unchecked.
Especially as a man of color.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
We're not raised to share our feelings, to let people know, hey man, today I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling good today, man. Mentally, I'm not feeling good. I'm checking out a little bit. You know, we don't have that space. You know
how much shit the average bruh swallows down?
I have to say black women too.
I'm sorry.
That?
You're right. And black women.
Oh yeah, but Miss Kiki, hold on a second.
We just wanted to shine on this.
Hold on, Miss Kiki. You know, it's not to exclude black women, but I will say this about sisters. This is one of the things for many of my negative critiques. One of the critiques I could say is,
No, go ahead.
No. One of my positive critiques is y'all have a sisterhood. At the end of the day, it's a sisterhood. It's a lot of shit that sisters won't even call each other out on, unless a bro got a real tight fucking circle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It is what it is, man. I wouldn't have, listen. Let me tell you something. I was crashing and burning if it wasn't for these cats up there. If it wasn't for the Cuddy, if it wasn't for Eddie putting up with a lot of shit till he couldn't, if it wasn't for the bunk right here, we laugh about it. You know, I don't think he understands how much it meant to me. But it was nice, Miss Kiki. I mean, you my cousin too, but you know, it was nice that I used to walk home from Bud's Pub and Sub hearing fucking voices. And it was one voice that when I quit drinking, the one voice I heard was, hey, you survived the fucking war to come home and drink yourself to death. And, you know, fortunately, you know, I did have the bunk with me, cocaine, but it was times nobody knew about that I would go by myself. And any fucking thing could have happened. So we all don't have like the Corys and the Cuddy. We all don't have that. Sisters, it's a sisterhood, man. Don't nobody typically give a fuck about the bros. No. I get what you're saying. I'm not knocking what you're saying, and I'm not trying to reprimand you. I'm just saying I get why he said the brothers. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I understand because y'all are of the same gender. You know what I mean? And just like what you're saying, like I'm up here agreeing with you on a path that I've been through with drinking due to rape. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? And there's not a lot of people or a lot of sisters that have your back like that. That's a lot of people that want to.
Okay.
Females are very jealous creatures.
Okay, too easy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
beg your pardon.
It's I just want to bring that to. It's just like our people in the whole. You know what I'm saying? We're taught to be independent. Which
take it on
is not what our people need. We need crutches. We do need that. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going through, and the people that you do get, you know what I'm saying, whatever you believe in, a universe or anything, I believe that they are there for you for crutches, because there's I only got one. As a matter of fact, I got two people that held me down, other than my mother and my brother, that had my back during what I can go through, and I could talk to them more than my family, because you know it was easier, you know what I mean? So I do think that handful, but if I could tell you how many motherfucking women stabbed my back, sleeping with my men, all this type of shit, done me dirty, left me to get raped, you know what I'm saying? So this, I understand y'all feel like it's a sisterhood, but these bitches be capped.
Well, Cuddy, let me say this. I stand corrected. Not only do I stand, I thought that was a fucking spider. Not only do I hey, but listen, not only do I stand corrected, but I thank you for the correction. Because if you know, to the outside looking in, these motherfuckers be like, oh, the single ladies, you know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck these niggas to the left, and you know, you just, that's what you see. But you know, I just firmly believe, like you know, we all in this together, man. And
we are.
You know, anybody on this show could call me, you know, if anything's going on. But you know, again, we don't know what this guy's going through. And Tank made some good points, man. There are chemical imbalances. If people knew all the shit that's in the air, the little power meters, they put off certain levels of radiation, and they're like, oh, well, the levels are harmless. Well, if you got a whole neighborhood lined up with harmless levels, don't that shit compound and add, and we all, you know, microwaves and power lines and shit. You ain't gonna tell me power lines ain't still fucking niggas up.
What they say about money, you know, it only brings out, you know, what's really going on.
Yeah.
Good, bad,
Agent Orange was safe until it wasn't.
There you go.
So, you know, Roundup was safe until it wasn't.
Until that lawsuit. You
know what I mean? Like baby powder was safe until it wasn't.
To that lawsuit. You
know, vaccines were safe until they weren't.
That lawsuit's coming. Allegedly. We would like to stay on.
What we got, man? What we got? Rest in peace. What's the next one?
I want to say thank you for serving, and I'm glad that you overcame your shit, Aubrey, for real.
No, thank you. And let me say this. I'm sorry what happened to you. That shouldn't
life.
Yeah, but life shouldn't be like that. And I'm glad that
we go through make us stronger. You feel me?
There we go, Cuddy. And I'm glad that, you know, you found your way out of I mean, you might still be dealing with some things, but I'm glad you got your license back. I'm glad you back on that road, and you getting it, man, and you doing the best you can. That's all we can do. So thank you, and I salute you as well. Where this motherfucker go?
Man. This motherfucker,
motherfucker's right here. And I ain't gonna be too many more of your motherfuckers.
I ain't gonna be too many more of your motherfuckers.
Next. Let me get the next one up.
Where's it at? Where I put it. You can do this show your own. You take more breaks than anybody else.
Oh shit!
Talking about you're sick. You ain't sick. What the fuck is this?
Oh yeah, that was bullshit.
Did you see this, Kiki?
Yeah.
You take that out.
All types of foul.